My name is George VanOrden, owner of Pro Survival Kit Company, and we're here to talk about building a wilderness survival kit. During my nearly 22 years in the Marine Corps, I served as a mountain warfare instructor in the Sierra Nevada mountains. That's where we train Marines how to fight and survive in a wilderness environment. I also served as a reconnaissance instructor in Coronado, California, where we taught young Marines how to survive. This video isn't about how to survive in the wilderness. It's about assembling the gear you need to survive in the wilderness. We're going to talk about the different items that you want to put in your survival kit. The four main considerations in building your own survival kit are water procurement, fire starting, food gathering, and signaling. There are also specialized items you can include in the kit to help you navigate, build a shelter, or first aid gear. First thing I'd like to talk about are everyday carry items, or EDC. These are the items that you don't leave home without. These can supplement your survival kit, and they include things like a compass, a lighter, a multi-tool, and I can't overstress the importance of a quality knife. These are my personal everyday carry items. I carry a couple different types of fire starting items because they can easily run out of fuel or lose a flint. Fingernail clippers for several different reasons. Obviously, taking care of fingernails, but they also work great at pulling splinters out. I have a mini multi-tool that's more of a front pocket item that I can grab out easily and use on smaller jobs. I have a carbide insert knife sharpener to keep an edge on that knife. A button compass, AA high quality. A photon lithium flashlight. I've had this one for years with the same battery and it's still holding up. A Dozier design K-bar folding knife, front pocket item, one hand opening in case you're injured in a survival situation. A full-size multi-tool for the bigger jobs that's on a belt pouch that I keep on my side. I also have a personal sidearm that I carry with concealed carry permit. Obviously, this would come in handy in a survival situation as well. Here's a quick review of everyday carry items you want to have with you when you go in the bush. The first consideration when building your own survival kit is to choose a container. And the secret is to choose a container that you're going to take with you. We have kits as big as this one, which is one of my personal survival kits. More like a bug out bag to throw in a vehicle on the run. It has everything I need to survive in any survival situation. Some of the smaller kits, you might choose something as easy as a zip seal bag, a hinged container with a rubber O-ring that keeps water out. Another version is the beach safe you see at tourist areas. People keep cell phones, wallets, different things in there. It keeps it watertight. And the most famous of all survival kit containers is the tin. Just a simple mint tin you can find at a store, and you're likely to put it in your pocket and take it with you. This is a micro version of that tin, and this tin has enough room to store a whistle, compass, fire starter, scalpel blades, things of that nature, small fishing kit. Again, here's some types of survival kit containers that might work for you. Use your imagination. Newsflash, water is important to your survival. You need to have a way to contain it and a way to purify it. Drinking contaminated water could be worse than not having water at all. You want to have a means to procure that water or carry it from one location to another. It can be pretty scarce depending on your environment. Something as easy as a zip seal bag that's contained in your survival kit. There are different types of bags, waterproof safes, zip seals, water bottles with caps to keep contamination out once they're purified. If you have a larger survival kit, a backpack size kit, you might consider a water filter that you just fill up and drink directly out of. For field expedient means, if you have a poncho, you can remove the hood of the poncho and store water in it. If there's rain, you can spread it out and gather water in the poncho. You can also do the same with a survival blanket. You can make a field expedient pot or cup to hold water with heavy-duty aluminum foil. You can also put this on a fire to purify water later. One thing you might consider for your survival kit is a section of surgical tubing. This can be used to pull water out of hard-to-reach places. In the side of a stump, you'll often see water that ants go in and out of. A small hole if you have to dig a hole to obtain water. If you can't get your water containment device in there or your face to drink out of the water, you can use this as a straw. While procuring water is important, that water has to be purified. We need to find a way to remove the contaminants so you don't get sick and possibly further dehydrate yourself. The best way to purify water is to boil it. Once water achieves boiling point, it's safe to drink and it removes all contaminants. One method might be to use a tin of your survival kit to boil water. If you don't have a tin, you can improvise a pot out of aluminum foil and boil it over an open fire. Another method is iodine-based water purification tablets. Generally, one tablet purifies 1 liter of water. And our last method is chlorine-based water purification tablets. The great thing about these is they come in small packages for small survival kits. Here's a quick review of potential water procurement devices. Also, a list in order of the best ways to purify water. This is the 21st century. We've got the worldwide internet web, digital stuff, and you can cook your chow in under 60 seconds. If you want to start a fire by rubbing sticks together, go for it. There's better ways to do it. Depending on your environment, the ability to start a fire might be your most important need. Fire provides comfort, it boils and purifies water, it cooks your food, and can be used to signal. Some of the methods we use in survival kits may be as easy as a match. These are hurricane matches that are waterproof, and they're going to provide a long enough fire to light your tinder. It may be as simple as a disposable lighter, or it may be a fueled lighter. All these methods work, but it's always great to have a backup plan in case you throw a flint or run out of fuel. One is considered a metal match, which is nothing more than a rare earth metal that you scrape to produce sparks to light your tinder. This is a magnesium block that's been carried by the military for years. You can shave portions of magnesium off with a knife, and then you use the blade to go across the striker to ignite the magnesium. Preferred method is a one-handed fire starter. You never know what's going to put you in that survival situation. You could be injured with one hand. This is a spark light fire starter. One hand starts your tinder. A larger fire starter that's also one-handed is the blast match. Here's the fire starters we covered in the video. Again, we always recommend having a backup. There's a better than average chance you're not going to find a fast food joint where you're trying to survive. You need to be able to get food, prepare it, and eat it. After about a week in the bush, a bouillon cube is going to taste like a steak. While your body can go a long time without food, it's a good idea to have food gathering items in your survival kit. One of the items you can think about is a small fishing kit. Hooks, lines, sinkers, jig, split shot. You can use these things to catch fish as well as birds. A piece of surgical tubing. You can use that to make an improvised slingshot, or it might come down to snare wire. Setting a simple snare or a twitch-up snare to catch small game is one of the preferred methods. Here we have a squirrel pole, which is a simple stick leaning up against a tree. A squirrel will use this as a shortcut and have to pass through your snare in order to get to the tree. Once he goes through, tightens down around his neck, won't release, he falls off the stick. Here's a recap of some food gathering items you can put in your kit. Unless you're one of those guys who wants to stay lost the rest of your life, wipe with poison ivy and maybe make your underwear out of a wolf pelt, you're going to want to be found. Signaling devices in your survival kit are going to get you found. Signal devices are an important part of your survival kit. You want to bring attention to yourself so that you can be found. These can be audible or visual and could be as easy as starting a fire at night to provide light, or during the day you could throw green brush on it to create smoke. You also have things as simple as a whistle. The international distress code is 3 whistle blasts, 3 tree knocks, 3 gunshots, any loud 3 noises, and if you are answering someone in a survival situation, you answer that with 1 whistle blast, gunshot, whatever. Another visual means is a flashlight. This is an emergency blanket. Unfolded, this is going to provide a lot of square footage of reflective material for aircraft or personnel to see. Another great item for survival kit is a signal mirror. This particular model is considered a one-hand aiming model. It has a holographic dot that puts what they call a fireball on the object you are trying to signal. A two-handed signal mirror is used in the same way, but you use your offhand to sight. You form a V between your thumb and forefinger and reflect the light from your hand to the object you're trying to signal. And you continue trying to signal even if you see no response. Here's an overview of the potential signaling devices you can put in your kit. And remember, 3 loud noises of any kind is the international distress signal for help. We've covered a ton of information in a short amount of time. Review this info until you're comfortable, then build your kit, and most importantly, train with that kit. These items are useless unless you know how to use them. Pro Survival Kit Company is a small family-owned business. For the past 12 years, we provided special operations units with the highest quality survival gear available. We have 3 survival kits that we provide on our website, and obviously we can't supply every American with a survival kit, but our goal is that every American carries a survival kit. Whether you build it or find a commercially available kit that suits your needs, be equipped and be prepared.